All right, guys. Now, there's been some drama lately surrounding a little YouTuber you might have heard of, Anthony Fantano. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Fantano, isn't that music reviewer guy? How is he always getting involved in internet politics? Well, I'll tell you why. There's this song. Now, I haven't even heard of this song, but I keep seeing this thing around the internet. Richmond of North Richmond. This is the song. It's got 25 million views. It's making waves online. It's making waves in real life.
Overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away. Look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street all day. Overtime hours for bullshit pay.
That was good. I enjoyed that. That I could tell that came from the soul. That was authentic. There's a reason this has 25 million views 10 days ago. All right, so that's that. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You might not be your cup of tea. All right, but it's coming from the heart, and I think he's not saying anything wrong. He's basically saying, hey, the people in power, they just want more control, more power, and people like me living out in the sticks, we don't get shit. We work for all our lives to get nothing in this country, and we're treated like shit. And that's pretty accurate from what I can tell. That being the case, of course,
hey everyone,
of course, the internet's busiest music nerd has to give his 2 cents on this.
Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you're doing well. Let's talk about the right wing's new favorite country song. Comes from an artist named Oliver Anthony. So
of course, it's the right wing. It's the damn right wing's new favorite country song. All right, good way to preface it.
He hails from Virginia, a town called Farmville, for that matter. Guy recently released a track named Richmond North of Richmond, and this song has been going mega viral, not just among the sort of psychotic, bigoted, weirdo, conservative influencers that, you know, typically will platform dudes like Tom McDonald whenever they see him in a music video jumping on a tank to be like, yeah, America is awesome, yeah. Even though he's like a Canadian grifter, but I digress. No, this track has been going super viral just about everywhere. This isn't just some kind of weird Trump rap that has no impact or influence on anything. Nobody buys music on iTunes anymore. It's like bragging about being the most popular.
Okay, we're 1 minute, 15 seconds in. Notice how he hasn't talked about the song or the artist at all, and everything he's talked about is right-wing politics and right-wing influencers and this and that. And it's like, this guy is so wrapped up in the world of politics. It's so obvious, but let's continue.
Their product performance is pretty straightforward, pretty dry. It's just some acoustic guitar, some vocals. The singing isn't the greatest I've ever heard, but it is good. Would try to give perspective to average everyday listeners and also validate their experiences too. Moving into the chorus here, living in the new world with an old soul, these rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they just want to have to control. You know, political leanings of this track are. Again, at this point, given the words he's chosen to write this song with, I think a lot of people would just say, well, yeah, he's just singing about working class struggle for country music fans. He's just getting down on their level. That's all he's doing. But like, pay attention.
So what is he doing, Fantano? We're 4 minutes and 20 seconds in. You better have something good, buddy.
To the line that the title is named after. He's drawing lines there, not just
guys, he's drawing lines.
Class lines as he's framing himself and everybody else listening to and relating to the song as poor and your average person, working class. Mind you, this guy like lives on 90 acres from what I understand, but
done 90 acres. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Landlord scum.
Or maybe it is, whatever. But more specifically, he's drawing a geographical line here.
Woo! Woo! And geographical lines? He can't keep getting away with it.
As well, between North and South.
Guys, you see this thing right here? This is called a map. Also known as political propaganda from conservatives. Just keep that in mind.
Using Richmond, Virginia as that dividing line. With that, you can't ignore the elephant in the room. You know, he's like bringing up old, bitter, north-south ideological.
Guys, you can't ignore the elephant in the room. Obviously, this guy's talking about reinstating a civil war, and it's those damn people in the north. I don't think rich men of north of Richmond could mean anything other than starting a new civil war. I think that's what he wants us to do. And I think as fans of music, we have to prepare ourselves for that very real possibility.
Drawing this north-south line and claiming that, you know,
it's problematic. First of all, can we just get that out of the room? It's problematic.
It's those people from the north that want to control us and tell us what to do. There's a lot of really bad and toxic and often bigoted political baggage that comes with, you know, that North v South binary. And also on top of it, it literally has nothing.
But, you know, the whole conservative Democrat right versus left binary, totally fine. You could just write off the entire half of the country. But North versus South, I mean, whoa, getting a little crazy there.
Thing to do with the economic struggles that he's singing about in the first portion of the song. Rich men north of Richmond are not the sole reason that you're struggling economically. It's the exploitative and solely profit-driven market system.
Yeah, why didn't you say that in the song? Why wasn't that the chorus? You should have said those exploitative market-driven practices are what's affecting my economic upwards mobility. That's what you should have said instead of rich men of North Richmond. Come on, man. Like, get your facts.
We currently live under, which is hurting everyone here, because I hear that's where things start to get a little spicy. I wish politicians would look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere.
Wrecked. Look, the point is, capitalism is not the problem. In fact, late stage capitalism is just early stage communism. So it's not like the economic system is what drives all of humanity. See, if you think the economic system is to blame for all your problems and that there's going to be a perfect economic system, it implies that there is, first of all, a perfect system for which to live by. And two, it implies that the most valuable and important thing within society is and ought to be an economic system. And I reject both of those things. And even if you look throughout history, none of those things have ever been true. First of all, our values, what we believe on a societal level, drives what's valuable other than, you know, our resources and what we actually need to survive. But if people didn't place value on fashionable clothes or place any value on music or entertainment or these kinds of artistic outlets, then they would have no monetary value whatsoever. And similarly, if people just had a culture of not ever eating fast food, let's say, or that just was not a big thing in America, then the market forces would reflect that. So it's a reflection of what we value and what we choose to consume and what you choose to consume as well on an individual level. So it's not wrong that the system is maybe difficult to work within, but I'm just saying bigger than the system of economics is also the systems of belief. I think beliefs drive behaviors, not purely the systems, or at least that's not the only thing. Anyways, let's continue.
One of the oldest right-wing cries of wolf that there ever was, which is just a feigned concern over money being wasted. Oh, that's just wasteful. You're just throwing money down the toilet, feeding these people who are fat. Feeding these lazy, good for nothing. When, like, if you want to talk about excess spending and waste in this country, monetarily speaking, fat people on welfare is like toward the bottom rung. A much larger portion of our overall budget as a country goes toward
funding wars,
defense spending, goes toward wars, goes toward places like the Pentagon. Now,
he's like right-wing tucking point, right? Like, dude, you're viewing everything through your autistic
the pockets
political
of price
lens.
Gouging big pharma CEO.
Maybe this is just a guy who's singing a song because there's genuinely a hard life for people like him out where he lives. Is that not why is that so hard to accept? Like,
asshole.
If it was any other person, any other group, if it was anyone that other than a poor white person, he would sympathize with them. But because he's a poor white guy, I mean, if you want to get political, that's the angle Fantano's coming at it with, I think.
So to put it clearly, if your worry right now for your average person in this country is how far their dollar goes, how much money they're making, and you're thinking about like, where does that come from? Where does that problem originate? What is the solution? And your head first goes
privatized banking
to
maybe heard of Occupy Wall Street. Definitely not a right-wing movement. Absolutely true. Facts. That was actually kind of a left-wing movement. And then something weird happened around like 2011, 2012, you know, when that was gaining a lot of momentum. What was it? Oh yeah. Everyone started focusing on gay pride and trans rights and gender dysphoria. And suddenly we all just forgot about 99% versus 1%.
Are putting themselves
kind of convenient how that works out.
Feet in the ground.
We all just started arguing amongst ourselves after that. You guys remember that? Was anybody around? Oh, that's pretty much what happened.
This damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Which, again, I don't think this is a bad sentiment to convey, but I think Oliver Anthony has the wrong target in his sights.
I think Oliver Anthony has the wrong target in his sights.
When it comes to
he should be talking about LGBTQ youth suicides.
Creating that inequity and what is creating that lack of opportunity. It's not fat people eating sweet treats that may have been paid for. Worth exploring and talking about the fact that the right-wingification of country music has long been a political project that dates back to the Nixon.
I can't stand people who talk like this. People that talk like this are the most unenjoyable people to talk with. Everything they talk about has to be viewed through the lens of binary right versus left wing politics. Why? Like, it's just insane. Like, this is just some poor guy or whatever. Let's say he's rich. Let's say he's a rich guy who lives out in Virginia, strumming his guitar, saying that the people in power want to control everyone. I mean, that's basically all he's saying. And is that not true? What part of that is right wing? What part of that is conservative? It's just like, it's a struggle of all of human history that every marginalized group deals with, or every public group ever. I mean, for the history of the world has dealt with oppression. So it's just his version of it. It doesn't mean he has to be all inclusive, speaking for everyone. He's just talking about it. And then this guy's sitting in his room, you know, how many millions is Fantano making a month? And he's like, well, right-wing artists, yeah, just shitting on it. I mean, whatever. It's just
post 9/11 thing at life sucks for you. So again, the track does lend a legit voice to some real.
This is just such a non-video. What is he even saying? He's saying, hey, he's making good points, but I have slightly different political opinions. That's like basically what this video is.
Struggles, but any kind of solution-based focus from there is just misdirected into other just.
Would Fantano go over a fine-tooth comb the lyrics of some liberal artist who's blaming some false cause for their problems? Would he blame? I'm trying to even think of an example right now. I don't even know, like Macklemore's "Same Love" or whatever. You guys remember that song? I don't even know. This is so stupid. I hate politics.